Angeles time, and just turned 6:03 p.m. in Hawaii, where we're broadcasting live, third phase of the moon. We've just released some photographs and video all the way from Canada, or as they say, Vermont. Basically, the border. Lake Champlain is renowned for a creature that has been seen for decades, if not centuries, a mythical beast. A cryptozoologist claimed that the champ exists, and just yesterday we released photos and video from Cindy, who was attacked apparently by some unknown creature caught on video. We're sharing that right now. We're going to get people's opinions of what they think about that, and quite amazing stuff, I'd have to say. Whether it's real or not, well, I believe it's a living creature. What it is, I'm not exactly sure. Some people say it's a baby whale or a deformed dolphin of some sort. A turtle is what's come to mind. Some people even say it's a dog dressed up in a costume. So, it's pretty interesting, some of the theories going around. Some people actually say there's genetically engineered dinosaurs that exist now. Deformities. We're not exactly sure. There's a lot of pollution in the waters, mutations. They exist. We want to get people's comments on that. And also, Robert Bingham has an event coming up in Los Angeles. He says, and invites the public, show up with their cameras, skeptics alike. If you don't believe in UFOs, you might if you show up to Robert Bingham's event over there in MacArthur this Sunday, October 11th, MacArthur Park. We got Robert Bingham here, but before we get to Robert Bingham, I want to get into callers or any opinions on this or lake monster, as you would say, Lake Champ. 405, you're live, third phase of moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake. Pictures of the video you released of the monster and all. I saw it on Facebook this morning, I thought it could be, a hoax or something, but I only saw the pictures. But once I saw the video, I was blown away, man. I mean, that kind of reminds me of like a venomous snake or something that would just go up and bite you. But apparently, one said it had no teeth, if I remember right. But I mean, seeing some of that in our oceans kind of scares me, man. And I've been known to take some risks, but not with that thing in the water.
That's we've been getting a lot of emails saying they'll never swim in Lake Champlain again after witnessing this. In the beginning, when the photos were coming in, just stills off the file, she said it was too large to send at the time. She was going to send it later, and I wanted to see it right away, so she sent me like 5 photos, stills from the GoPro itself. And yeah, it looked amazing, but when the video came in, it confirmed that this wasn't CGI or Photoshop. Whatever it was something in the water. And
something like, this could be like something like this can prove like maybe something like Bigfoot exists. There's been some rumors going around here. Like I say, I'm in the Oklahoma City area. That's like the center part of the state. They're saying in the southwest part is Bigfoot.
There's creatures that have yet to be discovered. Bigfoot is a tricky one because you would think that they're land-bearing animals, that there would be some remains found. But whereas in lakes and these locks that go down, thousands of feet deep, miles deep in the oceans, maybe some of these creatures will never be found. But it is a compelling video and photographs. We're reaching out to Cindy. We want to get her eyewitness testimony with this. People are saying...
I was waiting for her to speak up when you released the video, but it was just you, Dr. J, Hayden, mythological creatures could they have exist? Which one? I don't know. Show me some more evidence of fairies exist or something. I don't know. Show me something.
Absolutely. We've just, I've gotten a phone number, and it's from a lady who actually did an expedition in Lake Champlain. I'm not going to give out the name yet, but she was in charge of mapping the whole lake, looking with sonar, trying to pick up some pings, and they actually picked up some anomalies that resembled something big or large underwater there. And we're reaching out to her. I want to get her opinion on this video, and stay tuned for that. She's been on location. We got her phone number. We're going to give her a call tomorrow, and hopefully she's around this weekend. And stay tuned to Third Phase of Moon for that upcoming interview, if we could obtain it. Friday night, live radio. That's what it's all about. Let's get to San Diego. Before Robert Bingham, stand by. We're going to be getting more on what's happening this Sunday, MacArthur Park, Los Angeles, UFO summoning event. Kelly, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, did you get to see the video of the Lake Champlain photos and video?
Oh man, yeah, me and my wife were just talking about it, and we were hoping you guys were getting ready to talk about that tonight. I mean, that right there was awesome. That I have never seen anything like that. That what creature, whatever it was, that is real. I mean, you can see it like when she first goes down. The first video, like the first part of her, she like whatever it was, it's like it got scared and hid behind the rock, and then came out and. I mean, literally grabbed her, where you were saying, like, opened her mouth and grabbed her, and she was freaking out. I would have freaked out if I had seen something like that, too.
Yeah, it was, actually, I thought she handled it quite well. Immediately after it took off. Yeah, absolutely. I've had close encounters with sea creatures, with teeth, sharks, tiger sharks surfing here in Hawaii, and they're a pretty scary beast. And you got to keep it cool. And I've seen grown men scream like girls when they get really close to these things. Obviously, it's a terrifying moment. And it's always in the back of your mind about these things that just want to bite you. But in this case, I don't think it was out for lunch. It was basically, I think, just saying, stay back. This is my territory.
Yeah. You know, also, I was, listening to you and Robert, and I just looked at it. It's called a star map. So you can, actually track the stars and planets that are around. And right now, Venus is pretty close to the sun, or to the moon. If you would look, it's probably like if you were looking at the moon right now, if it was in the sky, it'd be off to the right of it. And actually, there's other Jupiter and Mars are actually kind of aligned with them. It's pretty close. But I just wanted to say too, with that it's kind of weird that those like creatures like that every once in a while, pop up and like disappear. And I don't know, there's like different theories. It could probably be like, that it opens up gates, because we don't even, as our planet, we haven't, discovered how deep our waters are, or whatever creatures are down there. Like right now, people are looking at off the coast of Puerto Rico, and they're finding some pretty incredible, beings or creatures that are down there. And these things, we don't know, like, the pressure, because most of the stuff that is, like, right now that is, like, kind of incredible around the planet would be, like, the Bermuda Triangle or the Japanese Triangle. Those are
always something in its own self. But when you see the video and the bubbles reacting to the motion of the creature, I don't even think Industrial Light of Magic could pull it off, as far as that thing is real. Whatever it is, it's really in there. And it's quite incredible. I want to get other people's opinions. Stand by, Kelly. Let's see. Let's go to area code 604. You're live, Third Phase. Hello. 605 just dropped out. Let's go to area code 724. You're live. Thanks for waiting.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good tonight. A lot of callers.
Oh, good. Oh, well, hey, I got a few comments about that. This is my first time calling. I've been a fan of your show for a long time, despite the criticisms that you guys receive. I think you guys are doing a good job. This video, man, I'm telling you, it totally freaked me out. I had my family check it out, the missus, and my missus, she's kind of a hard one to convince about anything being real these days.
Sure.
We've had a lot of experiences in ourselves, in our own, backyard, if you will. But in regards to the sea creature, man, I tell you, at first when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is definitive proof. Okay, Lake Champlain monster, Loch Ness, watch out. This lady did something with this photo and this video that no one else has been able to do for a long, long time, And then I started playing it back little by little, like you guys were showing it on your YouTube channel. And I noticed like the large eyes and the way you guys described it, I can agree with. Then I noticed, did it look like to you guys that it had like nostrils maybe? Did it look like that?
It did.
It did, didn't it? Because, see, the reason why was because I started getting kind of scientific within my own self, and I'm glad you guys always throw it out there for the public to look at and decide for themselves and call in like I'm doing now. And I thought, well, if it has nostrils, then doesn't that mean that it has to come up to breathe air, sort of like with a well that has a blowhole, and it has to come up, I guess, like every hour or so to breathe. I didn't notice, like, from the footage, it didn't seem like it had any gills on the side or anything. And with the traditional depictions that people would describe with the Loch Ness Monster having like flippers for fins and stuff, I didn't notice anything really like that, but it looked like it had something like small little, I don't know how can you describe it, like small fins in the front?
Well, you know,
maybe
kind of interesting is that to me it comes to mind immediately is like a manatee or a seal. They have those
right.
nose up,
That's what I was thinking about, like a Florida manatee, maybe. That's a possibility, but I mean, why would it attack her? Aren't they usually like a little bit bigger and fatter, and they're kind of like docile creatures, aren't they? I mean, like they just kind of swim around, kind of slow. You don't want to get too close, but this thing just jumped right out at her, you know, like
yeah, manatees
totally freaked her out.
Manatees couldn't move that quickly. Seals can.
No way.
But they're saltwater. They live in saltwater. They really don't live in lakes, but it moved quite like a seal underwater, dodging some kind
exactly.
of...
It just glided right through, you know, like a torpedo. And next thing you know, it kind of swims out of frame, and you know, it kind of brings more questions to mind. The excitement of seeing it is still in my voice, as you can tell. But I was just like, wow, you know, what could this lady be feeling right at this time? Like, she survived something like this, and you know, if she comes on the show, I would love to call back and ask her a few other questions myself, because I am almost certain that by the time that, you know, she probably gets the nerve up to want to do it, if she does it, that I'll probably have like a whole list of things to ask her. You said her name was Cindy, correct? I think it was Cindy that you said. Okay. Yeah. And then, you know, that other guy I want to talk about real quick before you guys let me go, because that one guy, Ed, that you always have, you know, come into the show from time to time. I've checked his channel. He hasn't uploaded nothing in 3 weeks, but he's another one I got to give him kudos to, because a lot of people would be afraid to do something like that, especially with all these, you know, government and, you know, conspiracy theories. People are like, hey, you know, they're going after people like that to kind of suppress the truth from coming out and what have you. But, man, with this one here and with Mr. Ed, man, you guys are just really going over the top, you know, and I just I have no idea what this thing is. It's like, you know, they really need to send a crew over there. They need to ask her exactly where she was at when she went for that swim, and to probably drop some cameras or something down there, and, you know, just to play it safe, of course.
You know, basically, right after somebody gets bitten by a shark and they survive it, the newscast hound right on top of them and usually get that interview. So we're hoping it's exactly like that. She survived it.
Yeah, I would think so too. Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you.
I mean, this deserves further investigation. There's no doubt about that. When you look at that footage, you know, I mean, you might have like some video experts that might want to weigh in on it and try to just say, well, it might not be CGI, but you really won't know until you actually go to that site and see for yourself. Because if it's there,
the video's up on Third Phase. Anybody could download it, share it.
Right, exactly, and examine it for themselves. Yeah, yeah. I would just hope that they can actually get someone near to that spot, and you know, there's a lot to be said in this. There's no doubt. But I thank you so much for letting me call in, though. It's really, really cool. It's my first time.
Hey, appreciate it. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon Live Radio. Is your wife around? I'd like to get her opinion.
Well, she's kind of like doing her own thing, and she has her own little online thing in the next room, so I don't think I want to bring her into it. But maybe next time I'll definitely let her, you know, get her the opinions and what have you. Now, she's a spiritual type of person, so she's not really the kind of would really want to get into it online. But just as far as the family thing, she was like, yeah, that's a creature of some kind. I don't know what that is. And, you know, I made a little joke. I said, well, we were supposed to be having a family reunion out at the lake, and I'm pretty sure I won't be going swimming no time soon.
Wow. You know, that was an amazing show tonight. Appreciate the caller. And let's go to area code 562. You're live, third phase.
Hey, what's up, Blake? It's Fausto.
Fausto. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show. What's going on?
So I heard the radio show last week. I wanted to call in just to clarify on some untruths that were told. So, like you were saying before Robert interrupted you, that was an LA UFO channel event. It wasn't a Robert event. That was an organization that we started. And when we host our event, everyone in our event does the contact. So when we get a sighting, nobody can hold claim that they were the only one that called it down. It's a group effort, so I give the credit to the group. And the part where Robert was saying he wasn't getting credit, so that part cuts it out because it was a group effort. And I would have gladly given him credit if he would have submitted his photos that he got. We knew he had photos. We asked him to use them. Yas and Hans asked to use them. But he wanted to keep them. He wanted to present them on his own channel so he can say that he captured them. That's fine. But he didn't give us the photo, so there's no reason to put his name in the video if I don't have his footage. That's why in the video I clearly said, Jasmine, Hans Boyson, and Jonathan Castro recorded this. This is their footage. I am just presenting it. As well as his claims that I wasn't there. I wasn't at the event because I was recovering from a concussion that I had the week before. That's why I wanted to call in. I want to clarify on those falses that were told by Robert.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. That's so basically Robert Bingham had some photographs of the exact same sighting that was going on. What was this sighting that you're talking about?
It is a humanoid anomaly that we filmed on. That video made the rounds. May I share it on Third Phase Moon tonight as we're talking about it? You'd have to ask Jonathan, Jasmine, and Hans, since it's their footage. They're the ones who have the right to release it. I don't
Absolutely.
have the rights to it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Did Robert Bingham have any part in the knowledge of this summoning power?
Yes, I like to use the word contact. I don't like to use the word summoning because it draws people away from this subject just because they're afraid of the word and they tie it to negative connotations. But I use the word UFO contact, and Robert did have a part in spreading the knowledge, as well as Dr. Greer, as well as Prophet Yahweh. That's how actually I learned. I was surfing through YouTube, and I found Prophet Yahweh first in 2005. I didn't think much of it because I wasn't really into ufology that much at the time. Then I later learned about Robert Bingham and then Stephen Greer. So because of them three, I realized if all these three guys can do it, then what makes it special to any one person? So that's when I hopped on my roof and started trying it as well. I also like to throw in that I did reach out to Robert multiple times before I ever tried to make UFO contact, and I asked him online. I even went to an event and I asked him how did he do it so he can explain to me. He never gave me a direct answer, so that is why our methods are different, because I had to learn on my own and create my own method through what I saw Greer, Robert, and Prophet Yahweh doing. So that's why our methods are completely different, because I learned by just experimenting with it myself. Robert never announced his method till after I put out my how to contact UFO videos.
Well, we got Robert Bingham here. He's on live. And Robert, anything?
I have a lot to say. Are you there, Blake?
Yep, we're live.
Okay. Well, everything Fausto's saying is totally false. He's just trying to use me as a springboard to put himself out there and take credit for all the work that I've done. As you know, he was there, John Elias, who calls himself Dr. John, you sent him over to the house to verify how he discovered it, and he said right on the video that he discovered it from going to my events. I have videos of that. But anyway,
yes, Robert, I attended your event.
Did I interrupt you, Fausto, when you were talking?
Me how to do it.
Blake, did I interrupt him when he was talking? Okay.
No, go ahead.
You don't have any class, Fausto, and that's why I really don't want you to be at my events anymore. Stay away. I was over there at this event that Hans Boysen threw, and they asked me to summon, and so that's what I did. And humanoid showed up. Fausto was not even there. If you look at his video, he presents the video as if he's the one that took the shot. He keeps saying we. He wasn't even there, just so he could get the hits. That doesn't really, I don't really care about that. He went on Dan Craple's UFO show in Canada, and him and Jasmine, Dan Craple asked him, where did you start this? They started with me, but then they're going to say they started on their own. Well, that's fine. See how far you get with, without my help. Because I'm never going to show up to your events anyway. I was doing you a favor. You never even thanked me. That's how you are, Fausto. And so be up there. And what I teach is honesty and truth. I don't teach this stuff that you do. You're one of these people that are. I call you a leech. That's what you are. So I'm going to stay away
You're funny,
from
Robert.
that. Hey, wait.
You're funny.
Hey, you are a leach, man. Stay away
That's
from
why
my
I never
event.
claimed
Don't
any
go to my
claims from
event.
you. I started my own event
Well,
because your events were twice a year, and you were trying to get money from people for autographs. When I just host events to present scientific evidence, so that way people can actually see it and not have anything else on it. I'm not going to your events. Don't worry about that.
Well, you know what? You don't have any class.
I have an organization because of that.
Yeah.
So you can keep doing your events, spreading the dogma, telling everyone that these are angels, but nobody's going to go into it that way. We need to present it in a scientific way because that's how we're going to reach the majority of the people. That's the reason that I had to start the event, because we needed to take it in a scientific route where we're not making assumptions and jumping to ideas saying that they're angels and all these other things that we are not sure that they can possibly be. The only evidence we can present is the video that we have and what we can see, and that's what we need to present to the people. Because that's what they're going to see.
With him. All right?
Don't worry, Robert. I'm going to keep doing my work. I hope you keep doing your work.
I hope my event at MacArthur Park is going to be tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Hold on, Robert. Hold on, Robert. It's on Sunday. It's not tomorrow. It's coming up on Sunday.
Tomorrow I'm meeting with Jaime Musan. As a matter of fact, in the morning we're going to do a shooting, and so I don't know what Fausto. He's just somebody that, like a lot of people, just want to hop on my tail end and ride to the top without doing the work. I've been doing this for 19 years. This character came out of nowhere and is already doing all these things. Yeah, I'm not worried about him, but I just want to make things clear. He's not welcome, anywhere in my. Anyways, I don't want to give him no more time, Blake.
Don't worry, Robert. That's okay.
Because, hey, you stay away, all right?
Yeah, that's okay, Robert. Greer started doing this in the 70s, 20 years before you ever held your first event. Prophet Yahweh in 2005 got a UFO to show up for Channel 7 on ABC News.
This guy's a joke.
So, yeah, first one to start. And we don't hear about you till 2012 or 13.
Wow.
Sorry, Blake. I had to clear that up because when I heard last week everything that he was claiming that I was his student, it got to me. Before, usually Robert's done this before, and I'll let him rant and go with his things. But this time, I saw that people were falling for the lies that he was saying, and I had to clarify that part. And the evidence is out there. If I really learned from Robert, why are our methods so different? Yeah, anyone can do it, and that's the biggest reason we started our event, because we don't want people to think that it's anything special for anybody. It's something anybody can do, and that's the message we try to get across, and we try to bring it. We try to throw the event so they stay free, so we don't charge anybody, and so we just present the evidence scientifically, so all we can claim is this is the footage we recorded, this is what we saw. There's nothing beyond that. We can't say anything past that. And that's the way we want to take our research. We don't want to take assumptions and jump and say that they're angels or anything else, because then people are going to be drawn away from the subject. That's the reason that these events have been going on for 2 years, and they still haven't gone bigger than anything beyond events with 20 people or 30 people. Yeah, it starts turning into a cult-like thing once we start involving religion into it. So that's why we need to keep it scientific and just present people what we can present. We can't make assumptions and jump beyond it.
Fausto. Yep, it's a UFO community out there. Everybody should get together and collaborate as best as possible in regards to footage that is captured and giving credit where credit's due as far as video, who captured what, when, where, who. And I think that's what Third Phase of the Moon's doing, that's for sure. We want to give where credit's deserved. We have that video that we shot with Fausto, and we're going to be putting the link with that. We call it UFO Sightings, the people who summon UFOs. And, Fausto doesn't say summon. What do you say, Fausto?
UFO contact. I like to use that word instead, so that way people aren't drawn away by the word summon.
All right. Well, you know what? Robert Bingham's having his event on the 11th, and, people are going to show up. We'll see what happens. You're going to be doing your own thing. What's the name of your group, Fausto?
It is LA UFO Channel, and we're also starting a new group called LA UFO Field Research Organization. That's going to just be LA UFO on a meetup. Or if you guys also, if you have an Instagram, you can search Fausto _UFO, and we also post the events there.
Got it, Fausto. Appreciate the call in. There's two sides to the story, and there it was. Everybody can make their own decision on who taught who what. That's how it went down. Let's get to other callers coming into Third Phase of the Moon. Let's go to area code 831. You're live, Third Phase.
I'm not really into studying sea creatures really all that much, although I was interested in the Loch Ness Monster when I was a kid. But, there might be something there for sure. You just got to check it out. And I don't know, sometimes you can say, oh, it's for sure not computer stuff. And I'm not an expert really in that department, but you guys are, I guess, so you can tell for sure, if there's nothing computerized going on, probably.
Well, absolutely. The opinion that I have, there's no CGI going on in this video. Whatever it is, it's there. And that's my opinion, and that's all I've got. But I think it's a good one. I think Robert Bingham's actually called back. Robert, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What really upset me is that he wouldn't give me a chance to talk. I let him talk and say everything that he wanted to say, but he would not let me talk. And anyway.
Everybody's got a way of communicating, no doubt about it. What do you got to say?
I was hoping you would mute him so I could explain myself without having to hear him interrupt me every second.
Absolutely. I muted both of you guys because over talking doesn't do anything good for radio. So definitely I was.
I know. Well, anyway, he doesn't speak the truth, and neither does Yaz, man. But they're young, and the problem with what I do, Blake, is when I teach people how to summon and I show them things, a lot of times it goes to their head that they want to be famous or they want to make lots of money. They see dollar bill signs in their eyeballs, and when he says that he wants the science, what science? I really did all the work. I showed them a lot, and I'll be coming out with my book soon, and I've been doing this for 19 years, and this guy just started, and he's already thinks he's an authority on it, and he talks about Prophet Yahweh. But Yahweh only did one thing, and I didn't even know about him. I've been doing it way before Prophet Yahweh. I just went public only 3.5 years ago. But that's the problem, Anyway, I'm having an event tomorrow with the Japanese station, and not tomorrow, but Sunday. And tomorrow I'm having a private event with Jaime Musan from Mexico. And so,
wow,
anyway.
that should be interesting. Yeah, look forward to hearing what goes down tomorrow. This whole weekend should be quite exciting. We look forward to it. We got other callers, but Fausto's still here. Fausto, you still here? No, I guess not.
That's
Robert,
good riddance to bad rubbish.
Yeah. Let's look forward to what happens this weekend. Everybody show up to MacArthur Park tomorrow. Bring your cameras. Sunday. Yeah. It's Sunday, October 11th.
Sunday.
Yep, we'll put those
And,
dates down.
it's going to be historical. But anyway, thanks a lot, Blake, and I'm going to get a sign off, and I have a big day tomorrow.
Okay, man.
Thank you
good
to
luck.
everybody out there.
Good luck, Robert.
Okay,
I'll
thanks.
talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Let's go to another San Diego caller, 619. Welcome to the show. Thanks for waiting.
Oh, I didn't really push one, but I've never. Yeah, I did push one, but I did see something in one time.
Oh yeah, what did you see?
Well, it was just late at night. I looked up in the sky and I see just these lights going way too fast to be planes or anything like that. They were kind of like darting back and forth, like so rapid. It was just a trip. But so I mean, I just figured it was something extra, UFO-ish. So I couldn't see any shape of the craft, but the lights were they were going from one area to the next so quickly it couldn't have been else but that. That's the only thing I've ever experienced myself.
Well, yeah, you know what? Sure. Yeah, zigzagging lights in the sky, that's a dead giveaway. When you see something go from one point to another and take 90-degree angles and doing massive jumps, you know something's going down. Let's go to another caller. Hey, thanks for calling in. 562, you're live, Third Phase. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake. Sorry, I was muted when you asked me if I was still on earlier.
Oh, hey, no problem, Fausto. Yeah, this whole thing back and forth, the summoners. What about Jim Martin? Jim Martin have you collaborated with him? Jim says that Robert Bingham taught him all what he knows in regards to the phenomenon.
Oh yeah, I know. Me and Jim are great friends. We're both in the mindset of trying to get it out, the science, and trying to just get the information out there. Not worried about who's getting credit, and that's the most important thing. Like you said, Blake, it's community. I hope Robert has no hard feelings. I feel bad that he feels this way.
Yeah.
But I can't help how people feel about just things that happen. But we would have gladly given it back if we gotten the footage. But again, I hope he has no hard feelings. I hope he has a great event tomorrow and Sunday. His private one with Jaime. I wanted to let people know that we'll be having an event for our group on next week on Sunday on the 18th. It'll be at Hollydale Park in Southgate, California, where we held the first event you guys helped us promote.
Okay, Fausto. Well, we'll be keeping up with Fausto Perez. His Hollydale events have brought in crowds. And this community, people just got to get along and collaborate. Collaboration is the thing. And hopefully Fausto and Robert could have some kind of understanding here, because I think when people come together and share the experience of a sighting, it gets quite amazing at that time when humans bond and start to communicate and ask the big questions. Kelly, San Diego, what do you think about the whole between Robert and Fausto? You know them both, right?
Yeah, I know them. I don't know. You know what? To me, it's just like I always, like when I tell you about some of the videos that I've seen, like on other YouTube channels, it's like, to me, it's it's all about sharing information and everything. But at the same time, like it doesn't matter. Like I seen the video. That's remember when I brought it up the first time. Is that I knew that was that he was there. Robert Brigham was there because they even said his name. And it's not the point that that who was summoning, but to me when over there in the LA County area, it was Robert. He kind of brought that forward to the thing. It doesn't matter if who else like. Of course, they're trying to learn a way to find out how to summon these things and these beings. The problem, it's not to me, it shouldn't be an issue of like. I understand, just like with you and your brother, you want to give props when props due, but at the same time, sharing information or sharing that type of stuff, I can see what Robert's talking about as well, because he busted on he was the first one to bust out over there in LA scene, and I've been to some of his some of his summings. I'm going to be there this Sunday too as well when that happens. Because
wow, that's
I just
cool.
want to say that at the same time I just want to say that to me, it's about sharing information and showing, how much love that everybody's supposed to, it's about disclosure. That's the whole point about this whole, with your show, doesn't matter. Everybody show Dr. J on Elias, even with his as well. It's all about disclosure, and it's all, make sure that we all understand of what these beings are. It's not about anybody else, who's bringing it out. Really, actually, if you really want to get down to it, it's all about finding out who they are, where they're from, how long they've been here. I mean, the whole questions that ancient astronaut theory always try to believe, where are they coming back, or when are they coming back, have they ever left? I mean, there's a lot of those questions with myself, is I say they never left, they've always been here, something else has been here. There's many different types of species that are out there. We're not the only ones out there, and I just hope that everybody gets along, and let's just, find out what all the sharing that we're doing.
Exactly. Let's get along. And, Robert Bingham was invited to come on Third Phase Moon for the first time to the public, and then once that was made public, there became a community, and it became big, and it became worldwide, and it all started out Third Phase Moon. But hey, everybody does their own thing, and have a great time doing it, because disclosure is cool. I think it's fun and cool and enlightening. Kelly,
not disclosure all over the place, but that one video that you're talking about, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, let me ask her this. The first impression when you saw the video right off the bat, and that flash second, basically, what was your first impression? Was it no way, or was it, oh my God,
no,
this can't?
I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, this is real. This is real. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this looks real to me. This is like, yeah. I would like to hear from the lady that, that shot this video. That's who I want to hear from. And her attack, she claims that this attacked her. I want to hear what she has to say.
Absolutely. We're reaching out to Cindy. She's thinking about it. Just after an attack like that, you're in a little bit of a trauma situation, and I imagine she is. Imagine you in close encounter with something like that. Maybe she doesn't want to do the interview right away. Hopefully I understand it, and I think it makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of post-traumatics right after shark attacks or dog attacks, and they kind of go in their shell for a little bit. But she was amazing on how she captured it and held her cool and described it in her emails.
Well, hopefully we hear from her soon.
Absolutely. That's we're waiting for that. Cindy, I hope you're listening. We want to speak to you and get your accounts of the situation that happened at the lake. We got another caller in, and then this is Third Phase Moon Radio. We like to get it to everybody before we get going. 440, you're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hello?
440, you're there, live. How's it going?
Hi, it's going okay. Listen, Blake, I just wanted to tell you, I started writing you an email and then I stopped.
Why?
I just wanted your advice on, I don't know. Because explaining it in an email just seems a little bit annoying to me. I'd rather talk to people. So this is what happened the night of the eclipse. I'm with my mother, who's 70-something years old, and my grandson, who's 17. We're down below my mom's house in the park, watching the moon come up about 8-something.
Where?
And so we're talking. This was in east of Cleveland. It's actually, I don't care to say, it doesn't bother me, East Lake, Ohio, which is odd, and it's really close to Lake Erie, okay? We also have a CEI power plant over there. I've never actually seen a UFO. I've always believed, in things like that, but because I'm not that arrogant to think I'm the only one on the planet or in the universe. But anyhow, this what happens is we're sitting there talking after the moon's coming up. It's probably around, 8:15-ish to 8:30-ish, and I knew that the eclipse was coming later, but we're just talking about stuff, and I'm teaching my grandson about stars and whatever. We see something really high up, and I'm like, dude, that could be a satellite. It could be. You got to rule that one out, you know. Then all of a sudden, these two objects come, and I'm talking. If you take, and the only way I can describe it to you is if you take your thumb, or even your index finger, and take it above the tree line. That's about how high it was up. Now, what I have discovered, I always wonder why people can't get good pictures. I figured it out. You're looking at this object, and you're thinking to yourself, all the things it could be besides a UFO. Because, see, you're trying to rationalize and trying to rule out logical items in your mind. So I'm thinking, okay, it's a plane. No, that is not no plane. Then I'm like, helicopter. Oh, no, they're flying too close to each other. And they don't even look like anything, and there's no sound. They were flying so close. If it was a helicopter, they would have tore each other up. They were flying together, so I'm staring at it, and then I say, Chris, look. And my mom looks, and my grandson looks, and they're like, oh, my God. And so the first one veers off towards the east, and then the second one veers towards the lake. So I take a picture. And I'm going to send you this. It's a nighttime picture, so it's not really good, but you could see what I'm saying.
Sure.
You look at the first picture that I take, and it just looks like two little stars. Then I'm like, oh, man, I got to zoom in. So of course, it's just a phone camera. So I zoom in, and when I take the picture, I catch the one on the right doing its metamorphosis of color. Because what it was doing is it was going from red to like a bluish gray, and so was the other one. But the other one was going further away, so it was getting smaller, and it was doing the same, but it almost looked as though it was going to disappear, like it was morphing. So I take this picture, and I'm thinking, okay, what is it going to look like? Turns out I get these little round balls that almost kind of look like metal, like the one on the right. The one on the left, when you see it's far away, it looks very dim, and it's kind of like a reddish color. So it was in its morphing thing, like it was going to disappear, but it was heading towards the lake. The one on the right, it was like a metal. It looked like a bluish, grayish color. And I'm thinking, God, it almost looks like a Death Star planet or something. So I go jump in my car to follow it, and my mother starts freaking out because she's 70-something and she's chicken. And she's like, you're not going to follow this. Take me home. Well, the long and the short, because I had to drop her off on the way, I lost the one that was moving east that was still very visible. And then I went close by. We have an airport close by. I dropped her off, went close by, went to it's a little mini airport, you know what I'm saying? Went there and checked out to make sure nothing was flying around or nothing landed, and there wasn't. My grandson said he saw something similar in Willoughby a week before that. My question to you is, I hear of all these shapes and sizes in these things. I think I saw an unidentified flying object. I don't know if it's theirs or ours.
Of course you did. And that's, if you can't explain what you're seeing, it's an unidentified flying object. Wow, you could have not emailed that without the explanation you just did. I appreciate the call in.
Okay, good. Because that would have been way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and are there round ones out there?
Orbs, red orbs.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it was.
Millions of orbs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're there.
Are they?
They're there all the time. What
are
they?
Are they? Yeah.
Spirits?
Are they spaceships?
Interdimensional? Spirits, interdimensional beings? Sky's the limit. There's a lot of things they could be, but they're, there's something that we need to find out. I don't have the answers. I wish I did. That's why we're here. And that's why you just called in, because we all need to find questions to these answers. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me tell you this.
Absolutely.
I'll send it to you. Buddy. I'll send you the pictures.
Send those photos, please.
Yeah, okay. Tell me your
opinion.
We'll
be standing by. Thank you. If you want to find out what's going on, tune into Third Phase Moon every Friday. Listen to it raw as it comes in. we'll be back. And then make sure to check out Third Phase of Moon YouTube for updates as they come in real time. You never know what you're going to see. My name is Blake Cousins. Keep your eyes